Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone for preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say Shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out from Yahoo News, yahoo.com. And this is from Friday, May the 12th, 2023 at 2:51 p.m., a 2-minute read. And it reads from Reuters, it says 2 soldiers were killed in a new clash in a new Armenian-Azerbaijan clash ahead of peace talks. And it says troops from Azerbaijan and Armenia exchanged fire with weapons including mortars and drones on their joint border on Friday, killing 1 soldier from each side 2 days before a top-level talks on a long-term peace deal. It was the second straight day of exchanging fire ahead of Sunday's planned meeting in Brussels between Armenian Prime Minister and Nikolov Pashinyan, if I pronounce his name right, and Azer President Ilham Aliyev. It says 1 Israel soldier died in Thursday's hostilities. And it says the 2 Soviet states have fought wars in 30 years, focusing on the dispute region of the Nagorno-Karabakh region, recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but populated mainly by ethnic Armenians. In a 6-month conflict back in 2020, which was 3 years ago, Azerbaijan recovered sweats of territory lost in a earlier war that crippled the region, amending the collapse of the Soviet rule. It says the latest in the scrimmage, Armenian Defense Ministry says its force came under fire with mortars and small arms near the village of Soktak, close to the border. The ministry says drones were also deployed. It says in the wake of the enemy fire, the Armenian side has 1 killed in action and 1 wounded. The minister says, adding the exchange even died down. And it says the Azerbaijan Defense Ministry says it has cut short a drone attack by Armenia on its side, positioning in the Karabakh district on the side of the border. It was later reported that 1 of its servicemen has been killed, and the Azeri troop controlled the situation. Tensions have risen while efforts intensifying to get the 2 rivals to reach a peace deal. Despite the differences on border, democration, and other issues, talks have generally been staged under the jurisdiction of the European Union or Russia, which broke the trust that ended the fighting in 2020. And it says foreign ministry, both sides met last week in the United States. Azerbaijan last month installed a checkpoint at the Lakshin-Karad, if I pronounced that right. It says the only road linking to Armenia to Karabakh, and the move, Yerevan said, was a gross violation in 2020 of ceasefire. And it says on Thursday, both sides said they were acting in self-defense and blamed others for firing first. Armenia said 4 of its service members had been injured, and the Pashinyan said that the incident was an attempt by Armenia to disrupt peace talks. The latest clashes are also seen as a test of Russia's ability to influence events in the South Caucasus. It says Russia is a former ally of Armenia through a mutual self-defense treaty, but also strives for good relations with Baku. Moscow says in 2020 peace efforts is broken is the only base for a long-term solution. And this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 3, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as they travail upon their child. With their child they shall not escape. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And this was just a quick news article that I want to bring out. As you have a new set of clashes just erupted, because you had both sides was said they was, according to the reports, they was acting out as self-defense, as this is a potential new clash might ramp up ahead of a meeting to have a long-term peace deal between these two nations, as they've been recently clashing with one another. As it says again, it says Friday, May 12th, 2023, as it states again, 2 soldiers were killed in a new Armenian-Azerbaijan clashes ahead of peace talks. So we're going to see how this plays out, even though they've been having clashes with each other for quite a while now. So we're going to continue to see it, is going to increase. Or they might have some progression on some peace talks as the peace talks meeting comes ahead. I believe this Sunday, I forgot what Pacific date it was, but the peace talks are coming. They're going to have a summit meeting on both sides, see if they can come to some type of long-term solution with one another. But as of right now, you have those, recent clashes. I would believe this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've been having clashes with one another so far this year in 2023. So we'll see as the days progresses on, we'll see how it plays out. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders for great millstone for pushing his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the 4 corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.